Nice.
Got Corey in Durham. Kind of a question that we've had a lot over the years.
This is a good one. What's the difference between Atkins and keto? And I think I've said this before. My analogy is the way we call every tissue a Kleenex. It's easy to call everything keto the Atkins diet. It's just kind of a brand of a ketogenic diet. So Atkins is not necessarily different. Atkins is just a brand that has really capitalized on providing Atkins brand products that are keto friendly, right? Bars and shakes and snacks and trail mixes and frozen meals, and the list goes on and on and on. So you can do Atkins and you are definitely keto, but you can do keto and not necessarily be doing Atkins because you're not having any of their products.
Yeah.
So hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah, interestingly enough, Robert Atkins, he never, when he was alive, I like to correct the notion that he died from some sort of metabolic disease. He hit his head on the ice.
Yeah,
he slipped and fell on the ice and hit his head and bled into his head. That's what killed him at 81 or 82 years old. But when he was alive, they didn't have all these products. Okay, he didn't believe in all of that, and he really wasn't a big fan of net carbs and all that so much. He really liked gross carbohydrate counts. So there's been 3 books that I'm aware of that bear his name. The very first was in the early 1970s, and that was the oldie but goldie, in my opinion. I mean, everyone who went to see this guy in his clinic, and I know that a nurse that worked in his clinic for him, and another doctor that was very close to him. Everyone that went to see him was metabolically very sick. They weren't just overweight. They had bad diabetes and heart disease and so on and so forth, lipid problems. They were inflamed in every sort of way. And just to give you an idea of how serious this guy was, he was teaching ketogenic diets before ketogenic diet was popular. They weren't calling it the Atkins diet then, okay? But he let you have 4 things during that first month. That was it. You only had 4 things you could do. And he's rock solid about this. Meat, eggs, cheese, and butter. That's it. You could eat as many times a day as you want, as much as you want, but that's all you could eat. And I'm telling you, he corrected everybody's problem in a month in terms of the metabolic stuff. Their blood sugars would normalize, their lipids would get way better, their inflammatory markers would go way down, and they'd lose a ton of weight. Okay, and then he'd begin to very sparingly add in things like vegetables. Okay, but that's way different than buying products and using net carbs and all that.
Yeah, he was very simple, but very powerful.
That's
very
right.
effective.
Very effective tool. And so Bob Atkins was keto before keto was cool. He was in the high fat, not just low carbs, essentially no carbs was the way he would really start you out. And he was aggressive about it and did a lot of great things, I think, for the medical community in this regard.